So pre-COVID, I was competing in amateur boxing competitions. So as much as I still really miss my team and getting in the ring and sparring, my new normal is to wake up at 5:30 a.m. every day and start the day with some shadow boxing before a training session.
Over the last 6 months, there've been weeks where I've really felt like I'm on top of managing my mental health, doing all the right things like exercising regularly, but other weeks it's all got on top of me and, I've ended up eating rubbish, drinking too much alcohol, not managing stress and pressure very well, and therefore feeling tense and exhausted and not sleeping well. And all of that can very quickly spiral into something quite negative mentally and physically. But when that happens, I've tried to be a bit kind to myself and not beat myself up too much. I reassure myself that it will pass and things will get better.
After beating coronavirus, to help with my mental health, I exercise much more, cycling, gardening, learning new skills, keep my mind occupied.
Getting up every morning and going for a walk, at least trying to clock 10,000 steps, which is helping definitely with my mental health and my well-being.
So around about 3 or 4 weeks into the pandemic, I was finding the stress of the work decisions I was having to take quickly, as well as trying to help my son with his online learning, pretty overwhelming. And I know from experience that missing exercise to fit in more work is a false economy, as it doesn't help me feel less stressed, nor does it help with the quality of my thinking. Building in runs with my son and my friends makes me do it because I don't want to let people down. And it also, the exercise in the chat makes the biggest difference to my happiness and ability to rest, and therefore overall well-being.
So this is my normal. My normal is getting outside, walking in the countryside or the mountains, feeling at one with nature and having a great conversation with my partner. And without that, I don't know what I would do. I've been doing it for years and it's what keeps me sane.
Starting a new role 1 week into lockdown has been quite challenging for me. Professionally, because I feel it's that little bit harder to get to know people when you start remotely. And personally, because it's quite a big change to go from working 5 days a week in an office to working most of your time from home. I've had to make a real effort to make sure that I speak to people on a regular basis and that I do actually leave the house, even if it's just for a little walk.
My normal is about mindfulness. I start each day setting my intention for what I want from the day. I make sure that I always get out in nature, practice breathing, bring myself back, recenter myself. And at the end of the day, I always search for those moments that brought me joy, that happiness. What am I grateful for? I think that's incredibly important.